We're Joeless Shoe, and you're watching InnerViewWorld.com.
No, that was stellar.
We're all best friends with this piano player, organ player here in Los Angeles named Joe Bagg. And we all play together frequently with Joe in different situations. But this particular band was formed without Joe. And I liked the name Shoeless Joe, but I figured since this band is basically functioning as a musical, in my mind, a musical shoe, that was a joke. No, I thought it was a nice little play on words, Joeless Shoe, and actually the picture on the cover of the CD is Joe's shoe.
How did you guys get to know each other and come together as a band?
Okay, that's a good question. I think that was also actually sort of through Joe Bagg. I know that Joe and Jason used to play. I can't remember on some gig, but somehow Joe introduced me to Jason, and I knew Matt from a different set of guys, the Ferber twins, who are sort of an LA institution as well. So we have a small scene that has sort of evolved over the years, but I'm pretty sure that Joe introduced most of us.
Yeah.
Alright, so who takes the lead generally in the band? I mean, you've got Matt, you handle the tenor work, and Jamie, you're handling guitar or guitars. And as a trio, how do you deal with the bassless thing? And not only are you Joeless, you're bassless.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I think it's really evenly balanced, actually. I don't really see it as there being a lead. We all have our lead moments, and part of it that's real, the basslessness. It turns out to be a really nice thing because it allows for the group to go in so many different directions. So we can either sort of, someone will take the bass end, meaning some lower repetitive sort of thing, and Matt does that sometimes, and sometimes Jason does that, and sometimes I do that. Or sometimes we just avoid it altogether and let the bass go completely open. And that's fine too.
Yeah, that's a great sound, I think.
Yeah.
I guess not unusual for guys to have other projects going simultaneously. That's kind of where it's at, because obviously you want to maximize the gigs, right? Matt, would you say that's a good way to look at it?
It is. I think more importantly, it's a way of, on one hand, getting an opportunity to play with other musicians, diversity, and then also to play your music. Different types of music that you write needs different instrumentation, and I think for this group we write specifically with the group in mind, and for other compositions of mine sometimes I need a larger group, so I think we all like the opportunity to kind of play with different people and to have our music kind of orchestrated differently.
Talk to me a little about the LA Jazz Collective.
Part of the problem being in LA is that the community is really spread out. All the musicians are really spread out. There's no central scene really. And also just being an independent jazz musician here is challenging. So it's kind of a strength in numbers kind of concept where I sent out some emails, talked to some people, and just got a group of people that were interested in trying to collaborate and make a collective of jazz musicians, pool our resources, and put on festivals. Try to kind of take a little more proactive control of our work environment and our artistic environment so we could actually play venues that we liked and get an audience of listening musicians in so that we could, offer our music to people who might appreciate it. And it's been fairly successful. We've been together for just over a year. Did a CD, a compilation CD, where each of the core members of the group offered up a track on the CD.
Where should we go to find out more about all y'all?
www.jamierosen.com.
JasonHarnell.com and
MattAuto.net.
okay.
And has Joel the Shoe.
We have a MySpace page, CD Baby page, and then we're on Reverb Nation as well.
Thank you guys for coming on the interviewworld.com.
Our
Thanks for
friends.
having us.
Yeah.
It's great.